this is part 4 of the Temple of Time, and in this part we're going to be getting the big key actually here really soon, and we're also going to be getting our first piece of heart in this dungeon, which feels a little bit late.
Yeah, a little bit late, yeah.
Yeah, but when you get 2 of them, you get them really fairly close together.
Yeah. Well, that one, was it maybe either Snow Peak or Arboretum Grounds that we got them was back to back?
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was, but...
I think it was Snow Peak, actually.
But yeah, it's really not spread on this one either. I'm not sure when we get a second one, but I know it's pretty close, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too far.
It's 2 heart pieces. I do know the next heart piece though gives us a full container.
Yes, it does, which is always nice to get.
Reach the end game another time.
I like these enemies here.
What if you were going to say anything? You're like, I like it. You just got to stop.
I was composing my thought actually after I started speaking. Unfortunately. I like those enemies that you kill. You take the shell off, and we're actually going to be using one of those shells to hold down a switch here in a minute. And I thought that was a neat trick. And I don't think you can kill those guys without hook-shotting the shell off.
No, you can't. I don't. Bomb. Well,
maybe.
No, you can hit him in the backside with your sword.
Oh, okay.
So if you get like a good position on them, or I'm sure bombs kill everything in Zelda games.
True. But I believe their shells would stay behind at least. So because we have to. There's 4 switches we have to hold down, which just seems a bit excessive if you ask me. But it's pretty cool though. You have to use the enemy's, I guess, remains.
Yeah. And I could not figure this thing out from my first playthrough. I know I've said it again.
Yeah.
But like this is one of the rooms I got stuck in the longest playing Zelda. Like I just never took the concept of picking that thing up and putting it on the last one. I was sitting there looking for a fourth jar
to command.
Yeah, I was like, it's got to be hidden somewhere in here.
I'm pretty sure I probably tried to find a way to get one of those statues from the bottom that attacks you up to the top levels.
There's no telling what I tried, but I remember spending a lot of time in this room.
Me too.
It's just one of those simple things that's like kind of just really right in front of you.
It is, and I think for me part of the reason was I probably did. It took me forever probably to even learn to rip the enemy shell off with the hook shot.
For me, it's just something that we never did.
No,
it's one of those things that you never did. And like you reuse a lot of theories and ideas over all the Zelda games, and just every once in a while that thing comes up you never did, and you just don't think about it.
No, not at all. And I don't know if it's something we ever do again in this game.
And honestly, one thing, I don't like how dark this room is. Like we talked at the beginning, like how we like this dungeon is a little bit lighter, and so like when it comes to these dark rooms, and the boss is another one later on. That I don't know. It was nice to get a lighter dungeon, and so I just didn't like these dark rooms getting thrown in.
It doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the dungeon. And we've seen only 1 or 2 of those darker rooms so far. We see a few more before we're done.
The one before the boss. Too, right?
Yes.
Where that looks exactly like the Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
All the guillotines, or not
the blades and everything.
Pendulum blades.
There you go. And it just does. It's like, why are these rooms so much darker?
Yeah.
Really,
it really just didn't make sense, to be honest with you.
No, I don't know. And it doesn't stand out, or I mean, it stands out, but in a wrong way, in a bad way. And I guess you could say maybe it's there to break up the theme a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with this look.
I wish they actually break up the dungeon theme.
I know, with something other than the fight music.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned that all
the theme of the whole dungeon, but I don't really know what I meant. The dungeon theme was not good. I wish they just changed it or something like that.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I know we mentioned that back in part 1. It's just. And you've been hearing it this whole time.
Yeah, and here's these things again. Like I don't know. I just hate how these things drove me nuts. Little enemies like that. There's a lot of them. They drive me nuts.
Yeah, use that spin attack, man.
I don't know why to use it more in this dungeon.
I mean, really, those guys are the only.
Well, I tried to avoid them right there. So
yeah.
But the first time I should have.
And they really don't. I don't know why they respawn though. So few enemies do that in Zelda dungeons. I mean, I know you kind of hit it.
Well, I think if you're going if you're coming back to rooms a lot, usually those enemies do respawn. And in this dungeon, we do kind of come to this room 2 or 3 times.
That's true. It's definitely our second time here because we mentioned the scales the first time.
But I like your idea. When we get done being an enemy, it should be like we don't want to face more enemies.
No.
It should be done, and that if we have to come back to that room 20 times, we should not have to refight that enemy.
We should find their skeleton sitting there.
This is why we die. Controllers and respawning enemies.
Yes.
Not our fault.
We probably should have fast forwarded through this sequence a little bit. These scales do take.
This is a blast.
But we have so much fun on these scales.
That's what I was talking about. Link's weight.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about it right there.
That's understandable.
And then here's one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life. Is I make the other one heavier. That obviously needs to be lighter.
Oh man, yeah, that happens.
Or the other one needs to be heavier. Whatever. You can see I spent a little bit of time in this room.
I will say I like how the symbol in the middle of those scales is, if I'm not mistaken, the same symbol that's on the light medallion?
Yeah,
from Ocarina of Time.
Maybe.
It's one of the medallions.
It is. You are right. You know what? We were in the mini boss room, and it has that same symbol. And I was trying to think today while I was preparing, what's that symbol of? I couldn't think of it.
I think it's on one of those medallions.
It is on one of the medallions. I just can't. I think it might be a light one, which would make sense for Temple of Time because you go get the light medallion like
right in the Temple of Time. Yeah.
Well, it's a Chamber of Sages or whatever. But isn't that kind of like? It's a better dimension of the temple or something weird like that.
All I know is he's like. Well,
I think it's basically you get the light medallion in the Temple of Time.
Yeah,
so that would make
little touches.
Yes, even we still figure things out these days.
We do, and I like how they slip little things like that into these games. Like how long has it been since Ocarina of Time when this game came out? A decade, probably.
I
mean,
I don't know what time the Twilight Princess came out.
I was in college. It's all
yeah. I think it was like 06, wasn't it, or something like that?
Somewhere between.
And Ocarina was in 96, so it was about a decade, somewhere around there.
And I just think it's like, they remember these little touches.
Yeah.
Or someone just had the artwork sitting around somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's reuse this.
Do we use this? That was the light medallion symbol, man.
Oh, no,
from one of our best games ever. Oh, okay, let's use it again.
Yeah, but people will have happy memories of it.
Yeah.
If they remember it at all.
Because this dungeon kind of stinks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude, don't worry about the theme. Just put the light medallion in there. We'll be fine.
People will love it. And a giant freaking statue with a big hammer.
Man, those spires had my number 2 a couple times in this dungeon.
The problem is I feel like you start focusing on the little shelled or whatever those creatures are.
I think there's spiders or some kind of spiders because the boss spits them out.
That's true.
During the boss fight, so I was just kind of like, and there's spiders around them.
Yeah.
Like their little brothers or cousins or something like that.
They're like half-hatched spiders.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, those would be the half-hatched.
Yeah,
the bigger spiders would be like the fully. We're getting way too deep into that.
Can you imagine if all those spiders grew into the boss though? Ooh. That'd be a lot of boss fights.
It's probably kind of, forget it. I'm not going into that anymore.
Yeah.
We had to somehow. Well, you cut it, not me, so I don't know why you fast forward through it.
I should have. I regret that decision immensely.
We got through it.
Yeah, we got through it. And honestly, with the new software, I wasn't sure how to fast forward.
Yeah, well, that's definitely off topic, sir. Our viewers have no clue what we're talking about now.
Anyway, sorry. But now we got through those scales, we're actually gonna use this giant statue to blow up these, or not blow up, but crush these barriers to get them out of our way. Thank goodness.
Like, this is a mains tool, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talked about, like, the double claw shot, like how that's like a mains, like it's not a power tool. Yeah, this is not so much a power tool, but this is a mains tool.
Hey, in Link's hands, it's a power tool.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucks though that we still have to do the puzzle a little bit. Like we still have to move it.
Yeah, but at least he breaks the walls. We don't have to worry about it anymore. But at the same time, this is our last time in this room, so
yeah, a little late for all.
There's always those little tedious things. Like you just saw the. I mean, this is. I'd rather do this room than the scale room.
Oh, in a heartbeat, for sure.
Although that scale room is a very good puzzle.
It is, and it's a fun concept. And when you do it right, it only takes a minute or whatever. But we don't do things the right way the first time every time. But
most of the time,
at least we do get our first piece of heart.
Which in the dungeon, like I said, refills our gives us one more heart. Is what I'm trying to say. more finish because we already. Whatever.
Yeah, more life.
Yes.
More life. We have more life now.
Which is always good.
And it's kind of funny. It's like that treasure chest does kind of sit there. Like we saw it once already the first time we came through this room and couldn't do anything about it.
Oh, I tried to get it numerous times on my first time through.
And then this time through, even you could miss it here if you don't do the right sequence. It's a lot easier this time.
Because before I got my first time playing through this game, man, like those electric things, I kept on thinking there was something I was missing. Like, before I got the statue, I was like, there's got to be something here I'm missing to get through these things. And I could never figure it out. Then eventually later on, when I got the statue, I finally did.
Yeah. It'd be great if you had like a mirror shield or something. Just bounce those electric right back at it, Other than I guess you get hit in the back.
Or the leaf, like in Wind Waker Tower to guys, where you can just fly over it.
I know.
Which that puzzle took a quiet.
Yeah.
That took me a good 3 hours.
Me too.
We won't talk about that on this commentary.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's awesome getting to destroy those BMOs.
Yes. Like I said, with that hammer, it's awesome destroying anything. Yeah,
instead of having to shoot them in the eye with the arrow or whatever, man, nope, here comes the hammer.
I forgot where the little thing was. That's what's. I took him to the steps. I was like, oh, we can't go any farther here.
I like your slide to a stop there.
Yeah.
Like, now I know where I'm
Couldn't waste any more time.
We're almost out of these stupid.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, really, the whole second part of this is kind of just. It's really. I don't know. I just didn't like taking the statue all the way back down to the bottom.
Neither.
It kind of felt pointless and just. It was just a really tedious process that
Especially
I really
considering
didn't like that much.
We already played through this whole chunk of the dungeon, so either way though, this that gets us through part 4 of the Temple of Time.